Thank you. Our next agenda item is considering awarding the bid to Smoky Mountain Chrysler, trade-ins and equipment. And Ella, I'm going to let you take it. Well, wait a minute, let me do a motion.
Okay.
All in motion of approving this, do I have a motion?
I move we approve.
Second? We'll go to discussion after that. Second?
To approve the purchase?
No, for a motion.
Second.
Okay, now we can go to discussion. Go ahead.
Okay. This is just a continuation of what I had presented in the workshop for the purchase of the Dodge Durango to replace one of the Subarus that is in bad condition. I had presented you all this information and request that you all approve this bid from Smoky Mountain Chrysler in Franklin. We've done our due diligence. I actually gave you some more information that is in line with what I had told you at the previous meeting. He just confirmed my prices in writing, so I just wanted to make sure you all had that information as well.
Comments, questions?
At this time, I'd like to table the approval to where we have a little bit more time to, for all the board to look at this and determine is this what we need? And if so, approve it, but
Well, we have one issue that we need to be made aware of. These bids are normally, I just want to confirm this before I tell you, normally these bids are just good for 30 days.
How much time does that give us, Ella?
That's what I'm looking at now. I have my...
2 days.
Actually, he's saying these bids are only good for 30 days, and he did this on 1/29. So we're faster than approaching, it would be March 1st.
I was at that meeting. May I add some comments? Mayor? And I'm in agreement with Bruce, and if we're up against a time limit, so be it. But, you know, we had some discussion at our last workshop. I think we had some good input from the chief. But there's several areas that I'm not convinced we need to pursue. And one of them is the 360 horsepower Hemi engines versus going with something that's a little more economical. So I want to have some more discussion about that. But I also looked at a little bit of research on the internet and the pros and cons of the Durangos that we're purchasing. Powerful optional V8 engine, spacious and comfortable, user-friendly, terrible predicted reliability rate, low safety score, slow steering response. So those are things that, you know, while we may be getting a better price, I'd like for us to see the options kind of outlined so we've got all the different features on each of the optional vehicles so that we can
Well,
make
as
a
with the
decision.
Durango, we actually already have one of those that's in service and been in service about 6 months now, because that's what Chief has already.
I understand that, but you need to understand, we didn't approve that vehicle, and so I want us to research this a
But
little
that's
bit
why when
further.
we came to work session that I
May I
asked.
finish?
Sure.
All right. When I finish, then you can talk. The other thing that's concerning about that vehicle is the efficiency of it. According to the specs on those vehicles, you're getting 14 miles per gallon in the city, 22 on the highway versus 18 if you went with a 6-cylinder. And the 6-cylinder is close to 300 horsepower versus the 360 horsepower with the Henry. So in this, I think we need to spend some time with the chief and the guys that are doing the work. But I'm of the mind that you've got a person speeding up the 1 mile highway that we have. The difference between 300 horsepower and 360 isn't going to be that much when you're chasing people at the speeds that I think Ron has identified. So that's, and I have further comments on the trucks, but I guess we'll wait till we get to that.
Any other
So
comments?
Alice, feel free to.
There's a gentleman that was here when that came into my office yesterday. Would you like to?
I'm Eddie Kingery from 98 Little Bear, and I was involved in the purchase of the Subarus. I advised against it to the last city manager because when you buy,
Tell us why you were in that
I'm
decision.
about to.
Okay.
I retired from SunTrust Bank in Augusta. For 16 years, I did automobile and equipment leasing. I leased fleets of police cars, bulldozers, ambulances, fire trucks, and things of this nature. And I read in the newspaper that the city manager wanted to buy Subarus. So I came up here and I talked to her and I said, you know, when you buy a four-cylinder car off the showroom floor with no different add-on things on the particular car to make it more efficient to ride around in these hills that we have up here, your return on investment is not going to be good. And I advised her if she was going to buy these Subarus to only get 2 of them. And she she told me she wanted 4. And I knew that these Subarus would not hold up. And that she had not done her homework. Now, when I went into the current city manager yesterday, she's done her homework, more so than the last one. I think, you know, used to, Ford had the market on police vehicles. Now this thing is narrowing and nobody really wants to be in the police car business. But I think your Dodge is probably the best option in today's market. Now you talk about going from a 360 engine to a 300 engine, that's no problem because you want to save money with miles per gallon. But I think you kind of backed into a corner with the Subarus you have. And they're not really reliable. I would like to ask you a question. Do you remember the trade-in value that they're going to offer on this Dodge?
I believe it's this particular one, I believe it was 9,000. Let's see.
Okay, you're talking about $9,000.
Let's make sure, what,
It is.
I thought I read someplace where it was 15,000.
No, there's nothing I provided that's 15,000.
Because if you look at the NADA, the value of the vehicles, they range from, depending on whether it's wholesale or retail, 13,000 to 15,000.
Well,
But if, sir, let me just add a little comment, and that might help you with your thinking. Myself, and I'll let the other council members say, but we're totally committed to buying a good, reliable, safe vehicle for our police fellows. They spend their lives in these cars, so they deserve to have something that's comfortable and reliable. So this is not an argument about the Subarus. They need to be replaced, and we're fully willing to do that. So
one of the things you mentioned about NADA value, which is a value of your car and your car and your car and your car, not a police vehicle. A police vehicle the value of the police vehicle goes down the drain where NADA is concerned. And that's out the window really, because
and that's fine. I'm not arguing the point. I think you estimated it would be 9,000, but if that's what they're allowing you, then fine. But the bids that we have here, I can't tell what they're allowing because they're giving us a net number.
Right. But I think that if they are in fact allowing you $9,000 on a used police car that is not in good condition, you might ought to take it. And I'm a taxpayer up here, so, you know, I'm concerned about it. And I'm also concerned about the safety of the police. Because in my mind, we've got a very, very good police department up here. And they do a lot of good things, and I'm, you know,
We're totally agree.
as they say in these bumper stickers, I back the blue. But anyway, I think I just wanted to point out a couple of things, and, you know, if you want to go back and, but, you know, the thing you gotta know is, and you already brought it up about the bid being good for 30 days, and the 30 days is fast approaching, so if you're gonna go back and redo a bid, then so many times when you redo a bid, you know, price goes up, but maybe you can talk to them and see if they'll give you another bid on an engine that you're talking about. But I would urge you, take advantage of whatever offer they're giving you that's reasonable for a used police car that's not in good condition.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Any other comments from the council?
I have one more comment too, and this is just clarification, but the package that we're putting together in the cars, are we planning on putting cages in both the vehicles?
Yes, sir.
I don't think that, personally, I don't think that's necessary, so we need to talk about that. And my last question, fleet safety, are you familiar with fleet safety? They advertise that they sell police vehicles and you can spec them fully outfitted with all the equipment that you need. And I'm wondering if that should be another source for us to check.
Actually reached out when I did my bids, Brandon, are you familiar with Brandon on 75 near, I believe they're near Fury? I reached out to them as well, did not receive any bids because they are one of the ones that do that type. They'll do the whole package, but they did not bid.
Well, I'd like for us to check this.
What's the name of that?
Fleet safety, I'll send you the,
Okay. Where are they located?
I don't know.
Because that plays into it as well when you start doing trade-ins, when you start looking at some of these other ones, you know, at a distance locations.
Well, whether they'll take they may not.
Yeah, that's
I'm just
what
saying that
happens
could be
too.
an option for us. I just think the price that it's costing us and what you explained to us, that there's very few people out there that will outfit these vehicles in a timely manner. But we're going to spend about $7,000 to do that. So this might be another option for us to get what we need without the cost. I don't know. It's worth it.
Okay, sure, I'll be glad to talk to them
Just
about that
that.
location.
Debbie Dowhouse Curtis.
Somebody-
Other Debbie? Okay. Debbie